Hello student, in this lecture we are going to cover transformation of graph. তোমরা দেখি পারদব ট্রান্সফরমেশন অফ গ্রাফ রে চারটি বেসিক চারটা পার্ট ଅଛି শিফটিং, স্কেলিং, রিফ্লেকশন এন্ড মডুলাস অপারেশন। তো ওয়ান বাই ওয়ান কভার করিবা। ফার্স্ট শিফটিং। Shifting, again there are two types of shifting. One is vertical shifting, another one is horizontal shifting. Suppose I know graph of y equal to fx. मते y equal to fx रो ग्राफ जଣା अछि एबे मते fx plus k and y equal to fx minus k. These two cases correspond to vertical shifting. Like I am giving an example. Suppose mu y equal to x square रो ग्राफ जानि and this one is a standard graph, standard parabola having vertex at origin and concavenating upward. When I try to draw a graph of y equal to x square plus 1, look what is happening. When x was 0, value of y was 0. But in this case, when value of x is 0, I am getting y as 1. Here, for x value 1, y value was 1. But in this case, y value will be 2. Similarly, for 2, corresponding value was 4. Into a case rate, 2 remove by 5. So you can mark x square of graph taku vertically upward 1 unit push karuchi. So graph times 1. So fx plus k graph ta y equal to fx of graph ku ama vertically upward keti unit k unit. Similarly, suppose fx minus k hochi into y equal to, suppose I am taking x square minus 1. This was x square and I am drawing y equal to x square minus 1. When x was 0, y was 0, in this case what will happen? For x equal to 0, I will get y as minus 1. 0 minus 1. Similarly, for 2 I is getting 4, but here I will get 3. So you can see the graph y equal to x square will be shifted downward. How much unit? 1 unit. So these two correspond to vertical shifting. Fx plus k. I am assuming k is positive. That's why I am writing this upward and downward. Otherwise, I can club these two. Like suppose y equal to fx plus k. And now I am not assuming that k is positive. K can be any real number. So if k ro value positive, then graph ta vertically upward shift हो. If k ro value negative, then graph ta downward shift हो. Eta vertical shifting hela. Again, how much it? Horizontal shifting. Horizontal shifting pai हम गोटे basic ग्राफ नेवा जोड़ा की sin x को बेस करी की horizontal shifting देखिए. As you know, this is the graph of sin x. ମୁଁ କେତେଟା କୋऑର୍ଡିନେଟ୍ ଦଉଛି ଯୋଉଥି ପାଇଁ କି easy ହେବ. 0 0, this will be 90, 1 or pi by 2, 1, and this is 180, 0. Similarly, this is 270, minus 1. Now I'm just changing the equation. Suppose y equal to x minus 30. Now look what is happening here. When x was 0, in this case y was 0. To get y 0, this must be 0. So first value I'm taking, there will be multiple of value of x for which y will be 0. I'm thinking for first time. Suppose I'm putting x equal to 0 here. What I'm getting? Sin minus 30. Sin minus 30 to 0 no na. তাহলে যদি মু x টাকে 30 ডিগ্রি নিতান্তি 30 ডিগ্রি এটা কেতে হইব 30 minus 30 0 sin 0 will be 0. So here the 0 point is shifted to right hand side and it is becoming 30, 0. So this graph from base sin x can be get by shifting towards right hand side. How many is it? 30 degree or pi by 6. So the new graph will look like this. ଆମେ ଆରାମସେ କୋର୍ଡିନେଟ୍ ଗୁଡ଼ା ବି ଦେଇପାରିବା ଏଇଟା 90,1 ଥିଲା ଏବେ ଯେହେତୁ ହରିଜେଣ୍ଟାଲ ସିଫ୍ଟିଂ କରୁଛି ମାନେ ମୁଁ ଏଇଟାକୁ ଏମିତି ସିଫ୍ଟ କରୁଛି ତାହେଲେ ଅବଭିୟସ୍ ତା ହାଇଟ୍ଟା ଚେଞ୍ଜ ହେବନି ଓନ୍ଲି କ'ଣ ଚେଞ୍ଜ ହେବ ତା ହରିଜେଣ୍ଟାଲ ପୋଜିସନଟା ଅରିଜିନାଲି ଥିଲା କେତେ 90 ସିଫ୍ଟ କେତେ କରୁଛି 30 ତାହେଲେ ନୂଆ ପଏଣ୍ଟଟା ହେଇଯିବ 120,1 without affecting the y coordinate. In vertical shifting reverse is the case. Vertical shifting रे ମୁଁ ଯେତେବେଳେ ବି ଅପ୍ ଡାଉନ୍ କରୁଛି ଯେକୌଣସି ପଏଣ୍ଟ ନେଉଛି ତାର ଏକ୍ସ କୋର୍ଡିନେଟ୍ ସେମ୍ ରହିବ ୱାଇ କୋର୍ଡିନେଟ୍ ଚେଞ୍ଜ ହେବ ଡିପେଣ୍ଡିଂ ଅପନ୍ ଇଥର ଭର୍ଟିକାଲ ଅପୱାର୍ଡ ଅର୍ ଭର୍ଟିକାଲ ଡାଉନୱାର୍ଡ ଇନ୍ ଦିସ୍ କେସ୍ ୱାଇ କୋର୍ଡିନେଟ୍ ଫିକ୍ସ ଥିବ ଓନ୍ଲି ଏକ୍ସ କୋର୍ଡିନେଟ୍ ଚେଞ୍ଜ ହେବ ସପୋଜ ମୁଁ ଏଇଟା ଗୋଟେ ଚେଞ୍ଜ ନାଉ ଦିସ୍ ୱାନ୍ वी कैन ऑल्सो गेट दिस पॉइंट एंड दिस पॉइंट ऑल्सो 180,0 थिला y coordinate as it is just x coordinate change ହେବ right hand side shift କରିଛି କେତେ ୟୁନିଟ୍ 30 so this one becomes 210,0. Now this was 90 minus 1 right hand side ଯାଇକି 30 ହେଇଯିବ କେତେ minus 60 minus 1. So this is graph of y equal to x minus 30 and now taking an example in which we have to shift the graph towards left hand side. Just changing the sign here will do the job. (90,1) again this is 180,0 and this is origin 0. Now suppose I want to draw y equal to x plus 60. Now what will happen? Now look, to get y 0 এটা 0 হওয়া কথা তো এটা 0 হওয়া পাই x ର value কেতে হওয়া কথা -60 তাহলে অরিজিনাল जो গ্রাফটা থিলা সেইটা 60 ডিগ্রি লেফট মানে পাই বাই 3 লেফট হ্যান্ড সাইড শিফট হয়ে যাব তাহলে এটা 0 0 থিলা স্টার্ট কোটি হবো -60, 0 and the graph will look like this and this one was 90,1 90,1 thila hei jabo kete eta 30,1 similarly this one was 180,0 hei jabo kete 120,0. so this is horizontal shifting ଆଗରୁ ଯୋଉଟା ପଡ଼ିଲା ସେଇଟା ହେଲା vertical shifting ତାହେଲେ ମୁଁ ଯୋଉ ଦୁଇଟାକୁ କ୍ଲବ୍ କରିବା ଆମେ ତାହେଲେ ଏ ନର୍ସେଲ ଏମିତି ଲେଖିପାରିବା suppose y equal to fx ର ଗ୍ରାଫ୍ ଜଣା ଅଛି then y equal to fx plus k vertically I am assuming k is positive otherwise there is no issue depending upon the sign and it will be upward or downward y equal to fx minus k that is shifting downward and these two they did a echo post shifting vertical shifting. Similarly, y equal to fx plus k. यदि fx plus k अच्छी shifting हबो यदि fx बाहरे एडिशन सब्ट्रैक्शन रही ताहले vertical shifting हबो ताहले एरा fx रही लेफ्ट साइड शिफ्ट हो y equal to x minus k एटा को साइड शिफ्ट हबो राइट साइड ए दुटा करस्पॉन्ड करूची horizontal shifting को now shifting is over again we can also club these two also vertical and horizontal shifting like you will see in the next example এটা যদি ক্লিয়ার হলা মই এর एग्जांपल তে দউছি जो तरीके दुईटा एक यूज हो वर्टिकल शिफ्टिंग और ओरिएंटल शिफ्टिंग सपोज मते एरोग्राफ दरकार x plus 2 रो मोड माइनस स्पीड नाउ टू गेट द ग्राफ फास्ट गोटे माने अपन गोटे जदि फ्लोचार्ट फास्ट बनेबा how to get this expression, then we will move to whether it will be horizontal or vertical. Then the y equal to mod x paragraph आराम से करियो. From this I can jump to mod of x plus 2. After that y equal to x plus 2 minus 3. So this is the graph of mod x. Hero. Now look at this one. प्लसटा बाहर ही एक्स रही से शिफ्टिंगटा कम हम वर्टिकल हम ना ओरिएंटल हम जेहेतु भितर अच्छी एक्स रे अच्छी शिफ्टिंग विल बी हॉरिजॉन्टल एंड एक्स रे उल्टा हुए जेहेतु प्लस है एट -2 एट एट y इक्वल टू 0 सो फॉर दिस वन शिफ्टिंग विल बी टुवर्ड्स लेफ्ट हैंड साइड एंड दिस वन विल व्हाट केते मूव करी माने एटा को हम टुएले पुश कर देछि बोले कोनटा -2, 0. Now, what will be coordinate of this point? A point रो coordinate को co-axis रे अछि y जदि मु x टा को 0 नउछि corresponding value of y can हो y coordinate 0 2. This is not the graph of our expression जोटा कि दरकार थिला intermediate step रे मु एबे स्टॉप अछि x plus 2 रो मोड एबे यार ग्राफ मु जानि छि एबे एडा बो बाहरे अछि माइनस ताले वर्टिकल शिफ्टिंग होबो जेतु नेगेटिव साइन अछि शिफ्टिंग downward हो. The graph will look like this without affecting the x coordinate only and changing y coordinate -2, 0 थिला -2, -3 एटा 0, 2 थिला 3 तलको आछे एटा 0, -1. So this is a graph of x plus 2 mod -3. Similarly, this shifting is over. Now I am moving to scaling. When a constant is multiplied to a function, then scaling appears. Last case रे I plus minus कोई की horizontal shifting करो जला. ये तो multiply दो. यंते मु गोटे example दे दोजे. Say base cos x को नहीं रो y equal to cos x. For 0 it was 1. This is pi by 2 comma 0 and this is pi comma -1 and this is 3 pi by 2 comma 0. I am denoting with some A, B, C and D. आपन को सुविधा हबो नेक्स्ट टाइम रे जेतेले मु पॉइंट को चेंज करिवि विल एबल टू गेट इट. सपोज मते 2 cos x ड्रॉ करिवार अछि. लेट्स सी. Now look see what is happening here. When x was 0, y was 1. Since 2 is multiplied, then the all value will be multiplied by twice. For 0, it was 1. For 0, it will be 2. For let's say 5 by 3. 5 by 3 रे यार value थिबो 1 by 2. एबे आसी जिवो केते 1. माने पूरा graph y coordinate रो value ora twice expand हियो. So can I say I will trace the graph 2 units along which direction? Y direction. So the graph will look like this. So original coordinate was 0, 1, that is it. I am denoting as a dash. A dash will become 0, 2. This one 5 by 2, 0. Now do one thing. Whenever there is intersection, where the graph intersect x axis, say point gura change habone. Like you can let spring to achieve whatever टाणुची ऊपर को ताले स्प्रिंग जोटी मोरी जे से पोजीशन गुडा चेंज होबोनी स्प्रिंग नो लेंथ गुडा चेंज हो. सिमिलरली दिस इज द केस हियर 5 at 2 ए पॉइंट समान रहिबो ए पॉइंट चेंज हो पाई रे -1 होतिला पाई रे केते हियो -2. पहले बेसिकली जो बेसिक फंक्शन ग्राफ जाने छी आ यदि कोनसी कांस्टेंट मल्टीप्लाई होई छी डिपेंडिंग अपॉन वेदर इट इज ग्रेटर देन 1 और लेस देन 1. विद ग्रेटर देन 1 थिबो ताले स्केलिंग नि जिवो. ए लेट्स से y equal to 1 by 3 cos x এইটা কো ড্র করে হান্দে লেটস সি নাও ভ্যালু যেটা 1 থিলা 1 by 3 পাই কেতে হিবো 1 by 3 pi by 2 रे 0 থিলা একে বি এটা 0 যদি হেই হউচি y টা বি 0 হি রহিবো pi by 2 रे again 0 আসিবো তাহলে the graph will look like this. This is 2 cos x and this is 1 by 3 cos x and a point টা কেতে হিবো 0, 1 না 3 যদি k র ভ্যালু k means y equal to fx and y equal to kfx. If k is greater than 1, I'm assuming k is positive. If k is greater than 1, then vertically shifting will be there, stretching will be there. If k is less than 1, vertical compression will be there. Similarly, we can move to horizontal scaling also. This is only vertical scale. Whenever a constant is multiplied outside of the function, then vertical scaling হবে. আমরা horizontal scale এটা দেখিবা y equal to sin x. Which নউছে এটা y equal to sin of 2x গোটে কেস নেউছি y equal to sin of x by 2 গোটে কেস নেউ in this case x রে multiply ହେଇଛି so shifting টা horizontal থাকব sorry scaling টা horizontal না ଯେମିତି 0 ରେ original coordinate କେତେ ଥିଲା 0 ଏବେ 0 ଆସିବ ଏ pi ରେ first time 0 ପାଉଥିଲି ଏବେ ଏଇଟା 0 ହେବା ପାଇଁ 2 pi ରେ 2x ଟା କେତେ ଦରକାର pi তাহলে x ର ভ্যালু কেতে হিব pi by 2 তাহলে এটি যেମିତି pi রে 0 পাউଥିଲି এটি কেতেরে পাইবি pi by 2 now you can guess এটা পু যদি pi by 2 রে 0 হচ্ছে মতে pi by 2 রে 0 দরকার তাহলে গ্রাফ কো স্ট্রেচিং করলে হবো না কম্প্রেস করলে হবো obviously compress করিয়াহু পড়িব graph will look like this. So I am compressing the graph in which direction horizontally or x direction or x direction. Now this point now we can compare this one also. This was assume this is spring now expanding and compressing horizontal direction. So the height remains same height টা সমান রহিব তাଙ୍କ ମଧ୍ୟରେ जो gap টা ଅଛି সেটা increase or decrease ହେଇପାରେ depending upon whether I am compressing or stretching. like ଏଠି originally period କେତେ ଥିଲା 2 pi ଯେହେତୁ ମୁଁ twice ଏଟାକୁ compress କରୁଛି period କେତେ ହେଲା pi but ତା range ସମାନ ରହିବ ଏହାର range -1 to 1 ଥିଲା ଏହାର ବି range କେତେ ହେବ -1 to 1. In this case y equal to sin x by 2 to get y 0 x can be 0 for the first time in sin x x ଯେତେବେଳେ pi ଥିଲା y ର value 0 ଆସୁଥିଲା ଏବେ ଏଇଟାକୁ pi କରିବା ପାଇଁ x by 2 କୁ pi କରିବା ପାଇଁ x ର value କେତେ ହେଇଯିବ 2 pi. So for the first time you get 2 at 2 pi you get 0. Now we can see what is happening here. This was the basic graph. To get this pi comma 0 to 2 pi comma 0 what should be done? I should compress or expand? Obviously here the expansion will be here. And this point was pi by 2 comma 1 this will become pi comma 1. So in horizontal shifting period changes range remain fixed. In previous case vertical shifting range was changing but period was same. So if y equal to fx graph ଜଣା ଅଛି y equal to k into fx. If k is a positive I'm assuming and greater than 1 then obviously vertically stretch ହେବ y equal to 1 by k fx vertical compression y equal to f of kx अरे k ଟା x रे multiply ହେଇଛି horizontal ହେବ x ଯେତେବେଳେ ବି x ଟର୍ମ ସେ ଦେଉଛି ଯେମିତି ହେବା କରି ଉଲ୍ଟା ହୁଏ obviously ତମକୁ ଲାଗୁଛି ଏଇଟା ମଲ୍ଟିପ୍ଲାଏ ଯେ ଏକ୍ସପାଣ୍ଡ ହେବା କଥା ବଟ୍ ଆମେ ୟା ପୂର୍ବରୁ ଦେଖିପାରିଲେ ଯେମିତି ଏଇଠି sin 2x ର ଗ୍ରାଫ ଯେମିତି ପଡ଼ିଯାଏ multiply it to but ଏଇଟା expand ହଉନି compress ହଉଛି similarly ଏଇଠି horizontal compression u y equal to f of x y again it will be horizontal expansion. So this is the transformation of graph two part, one is scaling, one is shifting.